Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Steckline Report. Nice to have you aboard today. I've got a special guest, too, I think you're going to enjoy. We're going to talk about loaning money. Better yet, getting you some money at a better price. Well, at least at a good price. Stand by. I want to talk to you in just a minute.
My grandfather came across the plains from Missouri in the 1860s and ran a hotel and stage stop here with livery stable, and it's been in the family ever since. We run probably about 100 cows here and 250 over at the other ranch. I'm sure there are other banks we could have dealt with, but they've been so friendly and know what the ups and downs are in the business. American Ag Credit is like a family for us for financial help.
Our special guest today is Greg Reno with the American Ag Credit, people that loan us money when we need it to buy land or buy some seed or buy some livestock. And since I talked to you the last time, Greg, we've had quite a few changes in our business of agriculture. And of course, the biggest change has been the decline in grain prices. But boy, the old cattle, we can talk about the sick things, but the good things we need to talk about too. And there isn't any doubt we've hit the highest ever in the cattle business. That's right. And it's stockers and feeders or fat cattle or no matter what we talk about. So I suppose the first thing you look at when you're trying to loan people money for products on the farm is, are they diversified?
Absolutely. One of the things we look at, Larry, is how can that operation repay its debts? And right now, as you mentioned, the cattle market has been fantastic, and those people in the cattle business are generating tremendous profits. We always want to lead with the good story in agriculture, and that is the good story of the moment.
Greg, I've always wondered, and I don't know if you have an answer to this or not, what percentage, and it's just a guess if you want to be, what percentage of your constituents or your customers have cattle and grain, and what percentage are just one or the other?
You know, what we've seen in the last probably decade, Larry, since profitability has been so strong in the grain segment, a lot of people scale back their cattle operation and really focused on the grain segment because it was so profitable. Now that kind of the shoe's on the other foot, we're seeing a lot of people look to expand their cow herd right now.
What's land prices doing?
Land prices continue to be strong all across the state of Kansas and Oklahoma.
And Iowa, too. I just saw a sale of $9,000 an acre that just happened there, too. Doesn't this make you scratch your head, though, with the prices that we've got right now?
Certainly there's a lot of cash looking for a home right now in the marketplace, Larry, and agriculture has been a great place to invest that cash over the last decade.
American Ag Credit, how they doing?
You know, we're having an outstanding year, Larry. Asset quality remains very strong. You talked about diversification. We're probably the most diversified farm credit association in the country. So that helps us weather those storms when we have low prices or whether we have commodity issues from production standpoint.
You of course, have the state of California involved in your business, too. And, boy, we're hearing a lot about the terrible, terrible drought. What's going on? Have you heard anything lately? Are the farmers out there really struggling?
You know, they have some options. They're looking at digging deeper wells, but the drought is negatively impacting a number of their operations. So if they don't get some snowpack this winter to get some irrigation water for next season, it's going to be a very, very difficult situation.
What about interest rates? We hear all kinds of things. Every time the Fed gets together, we're nervous about them knocking up the interest rate just a little, and they haven't done it.
They haven't done it yet, just based on what's going on in the economy in general. I would have to think that the pressure is on an upward side for the interest rate market, but we haven't seen that yet. We see a lot of people really coming in now asking about variable rates. Why not take advantage of the cheaper variable rate in the short run? We can always convert that loan to a fixed rate product if they become concerned in the future. If you would have done that 5 years ago, taking a variable rate loan, you would have been money ahead.
Well, that's for sure. Give me an idea what that interest rate would be.
You know, Larry,
I know it ranges.
We have interest rates that range from 3% to 6%, depending on what product you want and what options you want associated with that product.
Well, let me tell you, I'm the best customer you ever had. I got a pretty good background, and I want to borrow $500,000 to buy a quarter of land, but I want a fixed rate.
We have a lot of people, Larry, that have the same thing, and our counsel to them is we can offer you that fixed rate, but can you do you want to pay the cost of that rate insurance?
What's the difference usually?
You know, that difference may be between 1 and 2%.
Well, that 1% doesn't scare me.
1% doesn't sound too bad, but when you take that over a number of years, all of a sudden it really adds up. So we walk through an exercise and allow people to think about that.
Oh, that sounds great. Okay, the future of agriculture, you guys optimistic? You're hanging in there good?
You know, Larry, agriculture is our business, so we've got to be optimistic about it. We think that the growing population of the world demands that we have a strong agriculture here in the U.S.
That's Greg Reno, American Ag Credit. I'm Larry Steckline. This is the Steckline Report. See you next time around.